It is time for a reckoning. It's time for Monster Madness. Okay, guys. Coming up, the 1/16 matchups and the 8-9 matchups. This happens all the time. The 1/16 matchups people think, not even worth talking about. But a 16 seed did win in the NCAA tournament not too long ago. Will it happen this time? Guys, we are going to start out in the West, where Neo faces off against Arya Stark, who vanquished Sherlock Holmes despite his cocaine binge. Lauren, we're going to start with you. Who you got between Neo and Arya Stark? And now, I feel it's silly to start with somebody who doesn't even know Game of Thrones, but here, do you know The Matrix? Let's hope you do.
I know a little bit about The Matrix. You guys, can help me out here. I'll take the first one, the 1/16. Between this matchup, I've got Neo. Mostly, he's got, these telekinetic, abilities. We've seen him bend a spoon with his mind. We've seen him, stop bullets with his mind, which is pretty impressive. He's pretty good at the kung fu. And he can clone himself. Yeah, he did.
I know kung
fu. And I mean, I do have limited knowledge about Arya Stark, but my takeaway is that she's pretty good with the sword, right? I know she has like some noble characteristics, but that's her main shtick, right? So I kind of think like, I can see like Neo like staring at the sword, bending her sword.
Listen, I mean, her sword is called Needle. It's like as small as a spoon. I'm going to go to Ross next because go ahead. No, go ahead. You just don't know Arya Stark, so go ahead.
I don't know Arya Stark, but are we fighting in the Matrix or are we fighting in the real world? Because all of a sudden, I don't think Neo's a one.
We are fighting we're fighting in the West bracket. All right.
Is the West bracket located in the Matrix?
You get to make the argument. Don't ask me. You're your own man.
I'm gonna be the one who goes with the upset. If she's as badass as everybody said she was last week when we talked about it, like I don't think you're fighting in the Matrix. If you're fighting in the real world,
who doesn't even know who she is.
I think Arya Stark has a legit shot, especially if she's good with the sword.
Got some balls.
Like
all right, Ross the boss.
Neo followed the White Rabbit. That's all he knew how to do.
That's true. Ross the boss. Who you got?
Guys, you can't be serious. Neo by far, the Matrix, all the crazy things Neo does with the telekinetics, to the stopping bullets, to everything that happens in the Matrix. It can't compare to Game of Thrones. It's night and day.
But once you plug Arya Stark into the Matrix, she can be badass too.
She can't do anything.
You don't even know, Casey.
Right,
she's like
but I don't.
She's like back in prehistoric days. She has no idea what a bullet is. She has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's a great point. The anachronistic fighting. Listen,
they don't even have fire.
Neo got bored facing off against Agent Smith. I mean,
I
love Arya
Neo
Stark,
hands down. It shouldn't be an argument. Neo's my vote.
I'm just saying.
All right,
the assumption is that he has home court advantage. I don't know. Are we in the Matrix?
No. Okay. Listen, Neo already won 3-1. We're gonna move on to Superman as the number 1 seed in the Midwest. Speaking of home field advantage, he is a Midwesterner, and he's facing off against Conan the Barbarian. I don't remember where Conan was from, but I think it was Eastern Europe somewhere. I mean, it did not look like the Midwest. Superman has home field advantage. Meanwhile, he's Superman. Conan O'Brien. Well, they were going to call him Conan O'Brien from now on. He doesn't know what kryptonite is.
He's
I'm going
Irish.
straight to Superman. Superman would just spin him around and launch him into space.
I'm not going to argue on this one. I certainly think Superman has the advantage in
All right,
any
does anybody want to go for Conan the Barbarian?
Conan O'Brien.
Ross the boss is taking Superman. It's very lopsided. All Superman has to do is hit him once in the face, and he'll be knocked out and will probably dead. But unless he has kryptonite, is there kryptonite involved at all with Superman? Can we get him?
Sure. Now context matters. In my argument, context doesn't make a difference.
I told you. You got to make the call on context.
So it's not. I mean, Conan the Barbarian is some age.
Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien has no chance.
Conan O'Brien has no chance.
Conan O'Brien has messed up how I pronounce Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian does not have any kryptonite. It hasn't been discovered yet. He's fighting in the 1600s. Is that right? Am I close at all? But that all being said,
I think it might have been 800 actually.
It doesn't matter. Superman by knockout.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, Conan, like, he's not prepped for, super breath coming at him or something.
Is he really Conan now?
It's too easy.
Yeah, Conan the Barbarian, who went to Harvard. Okay,
Right.
Listen, it's over. We're moving on to the East bracket. The number 1 seed there is the Emperor, and he is facing Hannibal Lector. Oh my God, that is some frightening stuff. Okay, Lauren, you did a Hannibal Lecter imitation last time. I want to see it again.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, good. So the Emperor is facing Hannibal. He does have some fava beans and a nice Chianti with him. There is context in this one. Kasey, who you got?
It's the Emperor all the way. I mean, I don't think the liver of the Emperor would taste that good anyway. That might turn Hannibal Lecter off. But
that's a
the
good
guy's
point.
got lightning coming out of his fingers because of the dark side of the Force. So I just think it's going to be it'll be quicker, I think, even than Superman versus Conan the Barbarian.
All right, Ross, who you got? Ross the boss.
Hands down, the Emperor. He has powers.
Hands up, the Emperor.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, keep going.
The Emperor has everything going for him. Hannibal Lecter, I love him as a serial killer, but he's not going to kill the Emperor. I take the Emperor in a knockout first round. You heard it from me first. I'm Ross the boss.
I love how he said you heard it from him first, even though
third.
he didn't hear it from first. You heard it from me third.
First round knockout.
Yeah. Oh, in the first round, I see.
First
okay,
round
but listen,
knockout.
I think the Emperor is going to be like, "You want this?" And Hannibal Lecter will be like, "I do not want this. This is the first time I have not wanted to eat someone." The Emperor is going to win just by being disgusking. How about you, Lauren?
Hands down.
Your vote doesn't even matter.
No, yeah. This is
New York
hands
voting
down.
again.
We can move on. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, we're moving on. All right. Now, here's a 116 that I think is the most chance for an upset. Number 1 seed Sauron from The Lord of the Rings facing off against Mr. Miyagi, who vanquished Hitler in the bunker. So, does anybody I'm going to start here because I don't want to know what's going to happen. I think Mr. Miyagi can take down Sauron, and I'm going to make that call. And here's why. All you got to do is get rid of the ring. So, a Hobbit did it. We have proof that Sauron can be brought down by Frodo. I mean, and he's not in here. Mr. Miyagi can do it. He will say, karate, here. Karate, here. Karate, not here. No.
I don't
Squash
know.
him
You guys
like
don't
a
even know
grape.
what to say.
He'll squash him like a grape, right?
All right, did I convince anybody?
I don't know. I mean, like, Sauron's like this all-knowing, crazy, evil guy.
He's
He's
a
a
giant
shapeshifter.
What
No,
power
that's
does
like
he
when he's
have?
not in
It's
his
the-
form.
Does he have the
It's
orcs
like, and
fighting with him?
Thing, though. What?
Does he have the orcs fighting with him in these battles? Because
I
he's
don't know
just an
about
eye
his
at the
crew
top.
that he rolls
You get
out,
to
but-
you get to decide the context, but Hitler did not have the Nazis. I'll just say that.
Right.
That's
right.
true.
So
Fair
we're gonna
point.
go
I'll
without
just
our
put that right
crews
there.
here. But no. Like when he's the eye, my understanding of Lord of the Rings, it's not great, and I'm sure we'll have people typing in being like, "This is wrong," But my
If you
understanding
start to
of,
argue,
like,
We will be killed for our nerddom.
If you
Right,
start
my
to argue against Mr. Miyagi, I'll just cut you off. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Who you got?
No, my understanding of Sauron is that like he's immortal. Like he leaves his body. He leaves his body, and then when he's out of the body, he's like the eye. he's the all-knowing evil eye. Man.
Ross, tell me, who do you have?
Miyagi has no superpowers. He's an old guy that teaches karate.
Neither did Frodo.
No,
It's true.
Miyagi can't do it. No.
But Frodo had the
No,
fellowship.
All right, Kasey, did
As
I
long
win
as
you
the
over?
as long as the ring stays on his finger, it's an easy win.
Well, look. I'm the guy who voted for Arya, and everybody laughed at me. I don't think Miyagi beating Sauron is much farther of a stretch than that. So you've convinced me.
Yeah, let's throw it to a tie. Now that means we bring in Andrew Seifter to break the tie. Who's it going to be?
Tiebreaker. Man, I would have loved to give the tiebreaker on one of the other ones instead of this. 'Cause I have to admit, I think I'm the guy that doesn't like Karate Kid or Lord of the Rings as much as everybody else does. So
You're DQ'd.
I think I will go with I like the underdog story, so I'll go with Mr. Miyagi.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
No way. No
Well
way.
done.
A number one seed has been knocked
No way.
out.
It's unbelievable,
Daniel
man. It's
San!
unbelievable. You better call T.O. You better call T.O.
Yes, Miyagi moves on. Okay, guys, we got to get to the 8-9 seeds.
Oh, I love these.
We first have in the West, we've got a really tough one for Optimus Prime. He's facing off against Magneto, and that means Magneto won. I'm not even going to make an argument. Well,
You don't have to. Magneto controls metal.
It's over.
Yeah.
I love Optimus Prime, but he's metal. Are we all in agreement? Ross?
Too easy.
Rock, paper, scissors. Yes. Metal always wins.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We're good with that. All right. So now we're moving on to a big 8-9 one. This is a tough one.
Okay. Good.
In the Midwest, Godzilla, the 8 seed, faces Dumbledore, the 9 seed. Ooh. This is really it's a weird mismatch. You've got a giant dinosaur against an old wizard. I'm just very confused.
But he's an all-powerful old wizard, man. I don't think it's as close as people think it is. Dumbledore has spells for everything. He's got weapons that he can create with his wand. I don't think Godzilla and his tiny arms stand much of a chance.
That's true.
And
That's
Dumbledore
true.
can...
Expelliarmus.
Right.
Go ahead.
And Dumbledore, he busts out with invisibility. He's like this, wizard of all wizards. He knows.
He could probably just shrink Godzilla. I mean,
He probably could. I think that Godzilla
really
Or
is
turn him into a teacup.
Exactly.
It's really
I
no
think he does
contest.
all of that.
Transfiguration.
Right.
Oh,
And I think
Ross
that,
has something to say about it. Let's see if we can turn this
listen.
around.
Ross is mad at us.
I'm taking Godzilla hands down. He has the fire coming out of his
Hands
breath.
up.
He doesn't use his hands.
Little
he
hand.
has the fire. He has the fire, and he steps on people. He crushes. He steps. Boom, boom, boom. And he never dies. I mean, nuclear power makes this guy stronger and faster.
Except in round 1. He does die in round 1 because Dumbledore seems to have him 3-1. Are you guys officially on that? I'm going to say Dumbledore does.
Oh, yeah.
Godzilla.
Dumbledore.
Absolutely.
Magic trumps strength.
Every time.
Okay. All right, we're moving on. Now we got another tough 8-9 seed, and this relates to Harry Potter as well. We got the 8 seed Wolverine. I mean, the guy with these claws, we're having him face off with a child. I feel really weird about this. Harry Potter, the 9 seed, a child. We throw him in with Hugh Jackman. I don't know. This is frightening. I'm not going to make the call first.
I'll go first. I never go first on this.
Yeah,
one.
I knew you would, Ross.
So I'm taking Wolverine. Harry Potter, as much as he has powers and stuff, it always seems to take him a while to figure out what his powers are. It's never he's never he's so undecisive. I mean, I'm taking Wolverine. Wolverine is faster. He's stronger. He's a more of a killer. He'll go out there and kill Harry Potter, take his throat, slash it, and then drink the blood out of it. Harry Potter will be dead, and Wolverine wins. Wolverine
this time
wins.
you heard it here first.
Wolverine
that
wins.
Wolverine
Third round
kills children.
And
Third
drinks their
round
blood.
knockout.
Don't forget about the drinking of the blood.
And he'll take his glasses and put them on and laugh and walk away from his
And his
dead
scarf.
body. Yeah.
All right, Lauren.
Take
what,
that.
What do you say
it's
about
Wolverine.
it, Lauren?
It's Wolverine. I mean, it's not even close. I was arguing magic in the Dumbledore match, but Harry Potter is not the level of Dumbledore, and he's just
He's
he
not.
does his
I mean,
spells, but he just kind of wizard around with his friends, and
it took
I
him
think
7
he works with
books
his
to beat
friends better than
Voldemort.
Solo.
Yeah.
Was
It
that?
took him 7 books to beat
which
Voldemort.
was like
There you go.
4,000
He's not going to have time with
It's
Wolverine.
unacceptable.
It's over. I'm calling it. Okay, and the last one, the number 8 seed He-Man against the number 9 seed Phoenix. Now she went very far
another
in the X-Men
X-Man.
tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, and He-Man, when we did our dry run of this, he really surprised me how far people thought he would go. I'm not going to say more about that because you're going to see it unfold. But He-Man versus Phoenix, for me, I got Phoenix all the way. She is a super powerful.
Yeah, she was
character.
class 5 she was a class 5 mutant in the X-Men series. Like, she could do it all. It'd be tough for He-Man to beat her.
Well, one way he could though is that his bowl cut could make her laugh and distract her.
Throw
I'm just
her
gonna
off
say it.
her game. Yeah. And
Now,
he has Grayskull.
Ross, what do you think about? That's true. Power of Grayskull. Ross, what do you say about his?
I'm
him and
taking
his bowl cut?
Phoenix all the way. It's night and day. It's Phoenix knockout 5th round. I just too many positives for Phoenix. As much as I want.
Like,
so
He-Man doesn't have the power of Grayskull this time.
No.
Points for his haircut, but he doesn't have the power.
So three 9 seeds advance and 1 16 seed. This was extremely exciting.
This was good.
And next time we're gonna see some more heroes and villains fall. I love the spirited arguments. Well done, guys. Bowl cuts are just not in. Sorry, He-Man.